Welcome back, everybody. So this is Tim from Aces, and we're doing a Tech Tuesday. Benjamin's out on other business having fun, so I had to borrow one of my guys. This is Joseph. Say hi.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's amazing. Don't worry, he's new. It's just one of those things. We decided to go in here, and we don't want to let you down, so we want to get back into another Tech Tuesday. This is episode 88, I believe. So we're going to burn through some questions. We're going to give the best answers we can give, and hopefully it helps you out. You, the people. Let's go ahead and get into the first one. Go ahead, dude.
All right. At Dwayne Pettis 6545. I'm waiting in line for class. Can't wait to see the new place.
I'm excited too. We are going to be doing, after we get everything installed and everything, we got a new building coming. We're in a new building, but we're putting another building in too. And there's going to be more opportunities for us to be able to invite the public in a certain capacity, dealers, tuners, and such, to be able to come here and get some hands-on training or just in-classroom work or what have you not. That's something that I'm pushing for. There's a lot of approvals in that process, as you can imagine. But yeah, that's something that we should be seeing in the future for what we're doing here at Aces in Chattanooga. We're in Chattanooga, right? Yeah. No longer in Saudi Daisy. So bigger place. This is the third Aces building I've been in. We've grown so much from a small room to a larger room to a much, much larger room. So let's see. I'll get this next one right here. It looks like a book. Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right. Immortal Motors, 562. Let's see. Thanks for answering my questions on putting the app on a head unit. I hope I didn't confuse other viewers when I said it was discussed on putting CAN to a head unit. It's a fair point. I haven't done it yet. I want to do it. I do have one in my car, but I just haven't had a minute. It's a good question, and I had previously on trying to use a Raspberry Pi. Appreciate the nerdiness there. I like those as well. To try to make my own head unit in the future with the tuning software on the radio. When I finally get the truck back together, I'll definitely try getting the app on the radio if someone doesn't disprove the theory before me. And my primary concerns with the strategy is finding the right radio, which I agree. Some you can put apps on, some you can't put apps on all, as I've noticed. And it really comes down to what OS it's using. Could be using iOS, that'd be nice. I'm thinking one of the single DINs with the flip out screen, preferably the one with dolphins. I know some head units come with Google Store, and when I get Gen Bluetooth, and what Gen Bluetooth is required, keep it up. I love your guys' videos. Can't wait to get back to driving my truck with a Royal Flush. I just need to convince that it's not Swiss. Okay. Whatever says vehicles don't rust in the desert was a liar. Oh, he's talking about Swiss cheese, right? No, I mean they rust, but in a weird way.
Yeah.
Didn't you have a Royal Flush for a while?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, how was that?
That was awesome.
Hey, you want to get this one here from BryantStilwell? Big fan, BryantStilwell, good guy.
All right, so at BryantStilwell, Tim Ben, when I get set up in the new shop, I'm going to have some back-to-back testing to do with 2X intakes and at least two EFI systems, TBI versus multiport, which would be a great time to visit one of your authorized tuners, as you mentioned, and get some great data and video. I also told you on the phone today, so I won't on here, but you know what else you need to do.
No, that's true. Yeah, I do talk to Brian. Actually, a lot of the authorized tuners I talk to on a regular basis. Sometimes I don't catch the call, so if I missed your call, sorry. But yeah, we're trying to build a really nice network. So if you're a tuner out there in the world, get on there and submit your application. If it's not to learn to be a tuner, it's if you are a tuner and want to open this avenue up and actually get on our map, sign up. It's a little bit of time you'll have to spend with me going through the software, making sure we're on the same page as what you can do and can not do with it. But positive vibes. And it's, for some of these guys, it's opened up good revenue streams into their shop of being able to get people in. It's like, hey, it runs good, but I want that extra little bit out of it. And they're like, yeah, too easy. Of course, on the tuner side of it, it's like, that's what I'm talking about. I'll take your money and we'll get that little extra out of there and you'll be happy. I'll be happy. Everybody's happy. So let's see. I'll get the next one here. TIMEWARP-Racing. Big shout, Ted Myko. Good dude. Hello, gentlemen. A different question. Will it be possible to run the sweet dual quad on my Royal Flush, as I'm hoping to keep the internal CDI? As a launch and other features are great, I've made a rev limiter as a clutchless shift point. Anywho, you got to do it in Canadian accent, by the way. Thanks for the great info you guys are sharing. Peace out. No, it's our Royal Flush 2 or whatever it is. It will be the modern TBI with the CDI and all that stuff, and I think you can expand all those into a dual quad capabilities. As far as I'm aware so far, that's been talked about, so looking good there. You want to get the Dano 74Z?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Tim and Ben.
Z.
Can you please specify the do's and don'ts on charging a battery, and if needed, jumping on a vehicle with an ACFI system? When charging a battery, is it necessary to disconnect a CFI system, jumping or dead weak battery using another vehicle? Okay, pretty important, thank you.
You have personal experience with this.
Yes, absolutely. Charging, I would do between 2 to 10 amps, for sure.
Yeah, 2 to 10 is good.
Yep.
So why would you not jumpstart a stone dead battery?
Because it's basically like a short.
Yeah, it's essentially just a dead short.
Yeah.
Battery has no capacitance.
That's nothing.
All those fun little electrons, as they move from thing to thing, they have nowhere to go. So they're like,
Yeah.
freak out. And they'll send all that extra big old spike of voltage whenever you hook them clamps up to the next thing. And the next thing may not have the capacitance needed to take that kind of amperage hit. So you'll see a huge spike in the O-scope. And then you'll see no spikes whenever it's trying to operate because it smoked itself. It'd be like that sometimes. But yeah, 2 to 10 amps on a fairly dead battery. Start at 2, ease it up to 10. I've gone up as high as 40 and had no problems, but I didn't go right to 40. I went to 2, gave it about 15 minutes and hit it on a 40 and let it do its thing. If you jump start a vehicle, disconnect the battery posts, allow the other vehicle to charge that battery, then reconnect everything, start it up, and do the good old one-wheel pills through the parking lot. Because most project cars don't have AC, and you kind of want to get in it, drive it, and get done with that.
It sounds like you're describing mine on that one.
You should see his Camaro. It's amazing. It's the everlasting gobstopper.
Absolutely.
It looks like somebody got a jawbreaker and quit. It's so many colors of paint. It's amazing. But it's awesome. It's a really awesome car. You want to get that one?
Yes, so 85 Cutlass Man, thank you for answering my question. You guys are awesome. How do I get Speedo as default on my Gen 3 Killshot 2 handheld? I also switched and it defaults back to RPM. Mm-hmm. Also, safety or performance button, let's talk about it.
You want me to answer that one or you want to answer? Okay. So, as we update our stuff, that was something that was posted a while back, and I know it worked for a while, of like, you can pick the Speedo and it just stays there. They must have changed a thing in the last couple versions of firmware, because I noticed it also does automatically switch back. That's something that I've added to my messages as it goes, my email for this, to add like, can we have it to where when you select it, it stays there again, which would be great. As in for safety and performance buttons, that's awesome. In the future, we're having a whole thing about like safety limits. Like if you lose oil pressure, lose spark, it's done. As in performance buttons, interesting concept. I mean, we all want to go bad, go down the road a little bit more bad, but it comes into my idea of a performance button has nitrous oxide involved. That's the only way to pass on the interstate. Well, like in my case. Yeah, I flame tested a throttle body here very, very recently, and it held up well. Wiring harness didn't, but the throttle body did great. I sent the rods back to their natural habitat, which was the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they're any happier there. I'm not. It's a very expensive issue. 8,000 RPMs. Who knew? So anyways, we're going to be, as in special buttons and stuff in the handheld later, we might have some that you can like virtually assign. I know some other systems out there in the world do it, and I think it's a really cool feature. I've posted a question a few times, but it's kind of one of those things like, we need to solve these bigger issues and then get into the functions, features, and shiny things. But let's see. I'm going to say about 9,000 times, by the way. Joseph.
Yep. At Salem. At SalemComputer, one more question. Is there any way or any plans to be able to modify the UI color scheme? The blue color scheme would look a lot better in my ride than the red scheme.
It's facts. Now, I have seen a bunch of different color schemes, so I know with the HD stuff, they're looking at, cooler user interfaces and customizable things, but at least be able to change the color. Yeah, nice. I know that was talked about in one of the meetings I was in, and that's hopefully we see that soon in the future, because as soon as it's available, you guys are probably going to see it on a video, like, oh, look at this thing I could do. So I don't know any kind of target dates on that currently. I know our GUI engineer has been fiddling with that for a couple of months, like what's cool, what's not type stuff. But yeah, a lot of people have been asking for different colors. So some people want yellow, some people want red, some people want blue. Me, I don't even want a screen. So I just unplug the thing and throw it in the back seat. Gently put it in the back seat in a box with bubble wrap. No, I've been using my phone, so I don't even have a handheld. Actually, I traded the handheld out to one of the shops I was at because the guy had absolutely destroyed his handheld, and I was like, I'll swap you. I had a brand new one, so we swapped it, and I ended up with a broken one. And it wasn't like it went bad. It was like slammed to the door type situation bad. Because I don't know how people be slamming stuff in doors so much. Let's see what we got here.
At Beto B58, we will be installing Killshot 2 on a Ford 300 inline 6 soon. I was thinking about getting Speed Syndicate distributor because I've heard good things about it.
That's a good one.
With Killshot. Also thinking about getting a High Roller Classic with this setup work together. Thanks.
Yeah, that's their big thing for them is they got their own special distributor, DFW Speed Syndicate. High Roller works great. For 306, if it's a stock motor, go with the 2-barrel. If you're going to be putting the energy through that motor, Killshot 2 in a good box, you're looking good. Their distributor is going to work fine for you too. I have not seen one not work from them. They make their own custom setup, so I'm sure it costs money, but I have some knowledgeable guys down there if you ever get the chance to talk to those guys. They do some tuning. They're one of the authorized tuners. I think they're a dealer for us and such, but they've got their own thing going on. It's really, really good. I love seeing people out in the car community actually like, let's do this. This will be cool too. Let's go ahead with it. NoGarageGuy. I'll get the hard ones here. NoGarageGuy. It's already been 108 today in southern Utah. Facts. So I did a heat test on 2 different throttle bodies. I guess this last weekend. one by fire, which it's a little charred. And the other one by setting in a traffic jam with a Killshot Fusion in the middle of Tennessee because somebody decided to bob and not weave and had a car wreck. So I'm sitting there chilling, not chilling at all because there's no AC in the truck. It's 100 degrees and I'm sitting in traffic. So I'm watching my gauge get to like 220 something. And so then I decided to go hit a gas station up and get some roller food and a Monster, as you do. But yeah, it's that thing. I sat there for probably an hour in standstill traffic before I grabbed the grass lane and went over to the local gas station. But yeah, it did great. It didn't stumble. It didn't do anything. My fuel was boiling a little bit though because it was so hot. But that's just it was just really hot.
Yeah.
So.
At Cody Fox 9596, thanks for answering my question. Last time about GPS speed not working, I wired a GPS signal expander to my truck.
Word.
And it reads now. But just heard you say something about fuel level only on Gen 2 stuff. I have a Jackpot Light with 7-inch Pro Dash. I got February 26th of this year. Would I have that everything work like factory in my 2006 Silverado, Turbo Silverado, but no factory dash? So only thing I'm missing is fuel level. Thought about wiring a gauge to my stock fuel level sensor, but if I can wire it to ACES, I would prefer that.
Well, that's the thing. The fuel level sensor and some of the Gen 2 stuff is going to be fantastic, really easy, very intuitive. When it comes to the older generation stuff, I want to get some traction on that. And as soon as I know exactly what dates of production it comes into, which EC works, because obviously the very much older stuff isn't even pinned or wired for it, but we should be able to get some traction on. If you have the first gen of this, back until this date of manufacturing, then you're good to go. Wire it in on this pin, do it like this, set it up like that, and enjoy. So as soon as I know all those facts, I will be probably making a big old what to do video about it. I actually need to order some parts. I got to get a level sending unit. I got to get one for my Ford, so I'm going to buy one for my Ford and then use it for a video and then put it in my Ford. Fords don't even run on gas, man. They run on magic. NoGarageGuy. Follow up on the FPS and fuel pounds. Can you set a safety shutoff if you lose pressure? We want to look into that and do it. So that's the thing. We've talked about it a couple of times in some engineering meetings about, putting in these safety limiters and whatnot. If you lose oil pressure or fuel pressure, it just, at that point it says no. Because just like this, like when it comes into like thresholds, it's like, at X amount of PSI, you don't have it no more. Go ahead and shut the system off or limit, activator limiter to, you can only go like 3,500 RPMs to keep your motor safe so you can get off the track or whatever. For X amount of seconds. So there's that kind of stuff. We talked about a lot of different variations of that, and I think moving forward, like you'll probably see that in a future development of, hey, we're gonna add this in. This is how you set it up. This is how you do it. That'll probably come with some of the new second generation stuff because we have more available pins and obviously a bigger, nastier processor to handle that extra workload of keeping a monitor of these things. So.
All right, at Mark O with a Q96. All right, guys, I'm back.
Okay.
With the Killshot series, are you able to select a different speed source, or is GPS the only option?
So with the Killshot series, it comes into, if you're using like a trans control module and you have a CAN network in, it can pull speed signal from that, or GPS. It also should actually have a GPS output option too in the newest harness, but no, it's going to be GPS or it's going to be from a trans controller, like that runs through our CAN network. So basically the quick draw. Mm-hmm. But it can pull speed from that and display on the handheld as it goes. CraftwerksMC. Hey guys, thanks for answering the info. One more question: is there a published list of Android versions that the app works with? Not currently. Tried on my Galaxy tablet, older Android phone, it wouldn't install. We experienced the same thing here. I posted on Facebook group because I was getting a message that would not install. Tim was quick to respond. Oh, that's me. And so far the devices were Android 9 and 11. I don't remember the quite limit Android version. Should we take a look at any given device? This information would apply to the guy last week that was asking about the app for an Android car stereo. I'd also like to have the ability to install on an older version to see if it works for me at my own risk. I think it's saying that up the tablet. Thanks again. It probably shouldn't mess up your tablet. I almost said it too. You caught me. I almost said typed it in there. It's like a Anchorman scene right there. Yeah. So. Older Android stuff seems to have a bit of a headache. You can unpack it, you can install it, and then it says not installed after it goes through the whole process is what I'm seeing. That's old stuff. Now, we all got old tablets laying around, and we're talking, I don't know exactly what version, but I can get with the engineers on that because I need that answer like hardcore. Like version 8.1 and older is a no-go. Anything newer than that's premium. So, and it really comes down to a lot of the security stuff because those old ones didn't even have Bluetooth. So it needs the Bluetooth and doesn't have permissions because it doesn't even have the ability to do it. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. I'll get this one. Okay. That's a NoGarageGuy. Okay, so my Fusion question for the day. I'm looking at the PDM. I'm looking at the PDM to go with it. Does main power still go to battery or PDM? Since PDM is directly connected to battery, I still need the relays for the PDM to trigger, or does the PDM replace relays? Yes, Tim, I watched the PDM videos. It is neat, though. On the Fusion, you don't really need a PDM because the same IGBT relays that are in the PDM, that's what we're using like relays on the Fusion. So they're all on board. So unless you want expansion to trigger a few things here and there with a PDM, you don't necessarily really need it. But if you want to buy it, like please do. That helps support everybody. But yeah, it should be the power from the battery goes to the PDM, and then the power to the system comes from the PDM. That way it can protect the system from any kind of nasty stuff. Like if your starter decides to go left field and eat itself and send a bunch of bad voltage back up through the pipe, that PDM is going to take a hit, whereas your system will be a little bit more protected.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see.
You got to do this one in an accent.
Oh,
Please don't do it in an accent.
I'm not going to do it in an accent. I'm probably going to butcher this a little bit. So I'm going to say at dim, because I'm not even going to try. Hey, boys, do your
It's
ECUs...
Dimitri Konaticus, 1963.
Hey, boys, do your ECUs have outputs for gauges, like factory dashboard gauges? Cheers.
Dakota Digital's paired with us on a thing. We had a little handshake, a little agreement, shared some data, this, that, and the other, lots of conversations and emails. Lovely guys over there, by the way. And their module, the BIM module for ACES, really ain't too bad. But some of the like TPS output, we have a GPS speedo output, RPM, and this, that, and the other. You can run most of your gauges. And with the fuel level thing, even though it shows up on ours, hopefully at some point we can make it display elsewhere as well. But yeah, you can get a few things off of ours, but you really go with some Dakota Digital. That way you can have that, you can get that dash and do a thing. Hopefully that helps. Cheers.
At Caesars and Brano CG8SD. Hi guys, I have an LS53 with chopper copper cam, 50-pound injectors, TPSS intake, 92mm throttle body. Have some issues with turning on AC. Gets hot weather going from around 3K RPM, and the freeway to full stop, my truck dies. Any advice?
Well, it sounds like you need to adjust the parked air versus ECT up just a smidge. Basically, with them throttle blades closed, when you go to slam that thing closed, it doesn't have enough IAC position to give that nice little breath of air so it can hold at its parked position, allow the engine to continue to run and then ease back into idle parameters. That might be something you're looking into. Also, you can try messing with the decay rate, but really, if you're dealing with, even though you're dealing with like a jackpot situation, look at the definitions got to put in for the kill shot, and some of those parameters still hold true concerning idle and IAC. So those definitions are going to be universal for the systems, but some of them are in that already released definitions guide, and I do have 14 current documents about tuning for kill shot and jackpot and definitions waiting with the editor. So they're, as soon as they get edited up and put all the fancy new graphics and stuff like that, they'll be ready for public consumption. So they'll be doing good, and I'll be keeping those updated and expanding as it goes. As things have changed around here, I'm pushing hardcore for education documents and videos. So we're going to have the documents out there. We're going to also have videos that are paired with them. I'm sure by the time you watch this, illustrious Reed, who is our camera guy and amazing editor, really good at color grading. Like, it hurts my soul how good he is at this stuff. I think I'm good. He's great. But you'll be seeing, like, I did a video recently about the top 5 issues that people have had with the kill shot, and kind of just stood there at the engine stand, talked about a thing. Actually, you see him adjusting the timing, and that was like legit. Like, we was just now getting that engine up and running. It just fired up. So, but yeah, some of the top issues like no spark or IAC or what have you not, or fuel, we're addressing some of these issues. I got like over the last 2 years collected data through all tech calls, RMAs, and other things in between, and got the top hot 30, and we're just giving answers. So suggestions, this, that, and the other. So we'll be pushing that out there as well. Hopefully, it helps some people out. They'll be able to read through it and be like, I didn't start this right. I need to check this. Oh, that was the problem. Now it runs. And then go into the tuning guides and get it going good on the road. So these guides will help people out to get a decent tune, but ultimately, if they really want the extra horsepower, they should just get that thing on a dyno or get a decent remote tune in. You want to get this last one?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we got here.
NoGarageGuy. Okay, Ben. Ben's not here. Sorry, bro. Ask you and shall receive. Fusion just ordered for duct tape drags. #comment. Mr. Stilwell also suggested Fusion, which I agree with Mr. Stilwell. I'm using the Fusion. It's a great piece of equipment. I'm going for simplicity.
HEI single wire.
HEI single wire GM alternator. Sorry, there's a glare.
Yeah.
Single wire alternator and Fusion. 4 wires, Corvette regulator, deadhead to the TBI, single fuel line 2. Any duct tape floor are duct tape floor pans legal? By the rules of the $500 budget, brother, it is what it is. But you get yourself a good Michelob Ultra box, and then use it like a doubler. That way, you have something for the tape to really hold all the trash in your car, because that's what I do. Dude, my truck, my 1-ton, the floor pan's just carpet. The carpet is just a bag that holds all the trash. It's just 5-hour energies,
Yeah.
It's just random stuff. There's like a pair of pliers floating around in there. If I get a hold of my carpet, I'm just going to lose all my cargo. So I resonate with that duct tape thing. I might do that just for fun. I'm going to get some Go Faster tape, 200 mile an hour. Yeah, something.
I think some floor mats work wonders.
Floor mats are pretty good too, but also if you get going fast enough, it just pulls the floor mat through. Or if it rains,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. It's going to come in.
Yeah.
So anyways, that wraps up everything today. Me being Tim, this over here being Joseph, we're in the R&D department. So we do a lot of very interesting things back there and a lot of tests. And I can't wait to bring you guys, well, mainly the camera, so you guys get a peek into our area sometime soon about what we got going on and how we do our test. I think it just adds an extra layer of clarity to let you know it's like we're actually out here with a motor testing your stuff, really getting after it and giving it our best. So anyways, if you guys want to comment as much as you like on this video, tell us about your car, tell us about your problems, tell us about your day if you want to. We really don't mind. We're going to read through the stuff and we're going to answer the questions best we can for you, the people, because we're here doing it for the people after all. It's for a lot of folks. I mean, that is the absolute thing of why we're doing this. We're here doing the best we can for the people because, we just do other stuff. But I mean, why not do it the right way? Why not be here, be present, answer questions, do the thing, listen to you, the people, to try to bring you something that the automotive industry actually wants. So thanks for tuning in. It's been a real pleasure. Hope that helps. We'll see you now.